Today's thought is a person who feels appreciated will always do more than is expected. Good morning, students. Welcome back. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home, studying well and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English. And in today's video, we are going to cover one topic of our PC Wren's grammar book. This is our chapter number 35 and the name of the chapter is News Reports. It is a part of writing skills. This is my lecture number 1 of the same chapter. This chapter is taken from PC Wren's grammar book. Students, we shall cover this chapter in one lecture only. Topics to be covered in today's lecture are: meaning of news report will be told. Types of news report will be told. Format of news report will be explained in detail along with examples. After then, homework will be assigned. And at last, homework solution will be discussed. A question arises: what is news report? So, the meaning of news report is: a report is written to give an eyewitness account providing information about certain happenings or events. A news report is, however, a more technical and precise means exact, accurate way to report news event. Or we can say, a report is a first-handed description of any event, incident, or any situation that you saw, or of your experience. The main purpose of a news report is to give clear and complete information about any event or any incident. Or you can say it is a clear and concise document which is written on some particular purpose to an audience. It is written for school magazine, journal, or newspaper. So now let us see how many types of news reports are there. Number 1, events. Events means good events. Like if some school is organizing an annual day function or farewell celebration or blood camp, donation camp or science quiz, etc. So these all topics are covered in events. Number 2 is your any incidents. Incidents means road accident, flood, earthquake, robbery, etc. So you can say that this news reports is divided into two parts: good events and bad events. You can say it as events or incidents. Students, there are certain points or tips which you have to keep in your mind while writing news reports. So now let's see what are these points. Number 1 is a news report should have a meaningful headline or title to attract the attention of the readers. Number 2, the news reporter's name or news agency should be mentioned below the headline. Number 3, the date of the origin of the report should be mentioned. Means when the incident took place, it should be mentioned in the body of the report. That particular date you have to mention in the body of the report. Number 4, the name of the place should be mentioned. Means where the incident took place, that particular place you have to mention in the body of the report. Number 5 is a report should be written after careful observation, including all important details. Number 6 is a report should be brief and precise and should avoid ornamental use of words. Ornamental use of word means avoid giving extra and unimportant details. Number 7 is a report should be written as a third person account and should have eyewitness account of a cross section of people. For example, police, hospital, authorities, common people, etc. Number 8 is personal opinion of the reporter should be avoided while writing a report. Number 9 is it should be written in past tense. Number 10 is don't use first person in it. Number 11 is use indirect speech and passive voice in news report. Number 12, that is the last one, is the ending of the report should contain suggestions or recommendations and look forward to problem solving. Now let us see what is the correct format of writing a news report based on any incident. So let's see how to write a news report on any incident. I'm not talking about any event, I'm talking about incident. Fine. On the top, in the middle of the notebook, you have to mention heading. Fine. This is called headline. It is the title of the report. It should be catchy, short, and grab the attention of reader. It should tell what the report is about. Means you have to write down heading in brief. There are two ways of writing heading. First is you have to write down heading totally in capital letter, or you can write down first letter of each word capital. It's up to you which one you want to adopt. Now, just below the heading, you have to mention name of the reporter or person or any news agency. This is called byline. A byline is the name of the person or reporter or any news agency who wrote the report. Now, remember one thing. If in the question any name is given, then you have to write down that particular name. If it is not mentioned, then you can write down your own name. Or instead of your own name, you can write down XYZ. Now keep one thing in your mind. If designation is also mentioned in the question, then you have to write down it along with name of the reporter. And how you will write down? You have to write down by, fine, then you have to put colon, and then what you have to do, you have to write down name of the reporter, put comma, and then designation. Just below it, you have to mention place and date line. What is this place, line and date? Where the report was written. Means where and when the report was written. The place and the date of the report. Fine. Means where and when the incident took place. Clear? Now, after completing this part, you have to leave one line. After that comes the body of the report. The body of the report is divided into three parts. First paragraph, second paragraph, and third paragraph. In the first paragraph, you have to mention introduction of the report, means of any incident. In this first paragraph, this introduction part is also divided into three parts. You have to mention it into three lines. First line, second line, and third line. In the first line, answer the questions in sequence. What, who, when, and where. Fine. In the second line, you have to answer the question why the incident took place. In the third line, you can write the number of people injured or died. When you fulfill this, your introduction will complete. Now it's up to you whether you want to leave one line or you just want to just write it down like this, that it will look like that it is your next paragraph. Then you have to start writing your next paragraph after completing introduction. In the next paragraph, main content will be there. Means in this what you have to mention, you have to write how exactly incident took place. After completing this part, third paragraph will be there. Means in this third paragraph, conclusion part is there. In conclusion, you have to summarize the end of the incident with current situation or current situations regarding the incident. If you have noticed closely, in the first paragraph, you have to answer the 5 W's. What, who, when, where, why. In the next paragraph, means second paragraph, you need to answer how it happened. Please remember these all points. Once you are able to understand these things, then you won't have any difficulty while writing a news report. So this is the complete format of a news report, which can be used for any type of incident or bad event. So now let's understand this complete format with some examples of an incident. Let's see the first question. A road accident took place on SG highway in Ahmedabad. Write a report in about 150 to 200 words covering the accident as a reporter of Indian Express. Dear students, as you can see in the question, name of the reporter is not mentioned, but designation is mentioned that you are as a reporter of Indian Express. Fine. So now let's start writing our report. So let's begin with heading. Heading is 3 died in road accident at SG highway. Keep one thing in your mind, heading should be written at the top in the middle of the page. After writing heading, you have to mention byline. Byline means the name of the reporter. Who wrote the report means who is going to write the report. Along with that, you have to mention designation of that particular person. Fine. So how to write down byline? Let's see. By, colon, then reporter's name XYZ, comma, Indian Express, means this is designation. After this, just below byline, you have to mention place and date. Fine. Place of the incident must be mentioned at the beginning, and after place, date should be written as shown in the format. Ahmedabad, comma, 10th December 2020. After completing this part, you have to leave one line. And then comes the body of the report. As I have explained you that it is divided into 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you have to answer the 5 W's. What, who, when, where, why. In the second paragraph, you need to answer the question how. And in the third paragraph, you have to write conclusion. Means you have to summarize the end of the incident with current situation. Alright, so let's start writing our first paragraph by covering all 5 W's. A terrible road accident occurred between 2 cars on 9th December 2020 late night at SG highway in Ahmedabad. The driver of one car was drunk and driving recklessly, which results in the collision. 3 people died, including both the drivers, and 4 people were seriously injured. So this is the first paragraph and it includes all the 5 W's. After completing first paragraph, we have to write down second paragraph. In this paragraph, we have to write down how the incident occurred and what were the consequences. So let's start writing our second paragraph. Two cars involved in the accident were EcoSports, which included 5 and Audi having 2 people in it. The car driver in Audi was at very high speed, due to which he lost his control and the car jumped the lane and hit EcoSports near Pakwan Cross Road. The police came immediately as they received a call on PCR. They seized the vehicles and noted a case against the Audi driver. The ambulance arrived and all the injured were taken to the KD hospital, of which 2 are in ICU. The bodies were sent to civil hospital in Ahmedabad for post-mortem. Now comes the final paragraph. In the final paragraph, we have to summarize the end of the incident or accident with current situation. So let's write in this way. The police later found empty liquor bottles and glasses from Audi car. They also identified that the car driver as the son of Akash Patel, a well-known builder in the city. Further investigation regarding the incident is going on by the police. So that was all about report writing. Now let us see the second example. Draft a news report on a robbery incident in a train to be published in a leading newspaper. You are Shekhar Anand, a staff reporter. Dear students, as you can see that name of the reporter along with his designation is also mentioned in the question. So no need to write on your own name. So let's begin our news report. First of all, you have to mention heading. Heading is man arrested for robbery. Below it you have to mention byline. By colon Shekhar Anand, comma staff reporter. Below this you have to write down place and date. Bikaner, 10th December 2020. After completing this, you have to leave one line and then you have to start writing body of the report. A 30-year-old man was arrested in Bikaner for robbing a young boy while he was travelling from Bikaner to Jodhpur in the Desert Queen Express. Now let us start writing our second paragraph. According to the eyewitnesses, the accused means a person or group of people who are charged with or for a crime, who has been identified as Sham Sundar, offered biscuits to the victim Anish after befriending him. Befriending is present participle of befriend and the meaning of this word is to be friendly towards someone. Anish, who was going to Jodhpur to visit his grandmother, politely refused to take the biscuits, but on repeated instance, Anish finally took the biscuits from him and ate them. Soon after, everybody in the compartment fell asleep and so did Anish. When they woke up in the morning, the co-passengers found Anish still asleep while his belongings and Sham Sundar were missing. Now here we will continue our second paragraph. Soon they woke Anish up and helped him lodge. Lodge means file a complaint with the railway police. They took the matter and began their search. Luckily for Anish, the man was found at the next station and was identified by the co-passengers and Anish himself. Now, in the final paragraph, we have to summarize the end of the incident or accident with the current situation. So let's start writing our final paragraph. The police recovered all the articles from his possession and handed them over to Anish and arrested Shyam Sundar. So that's all about report writing. I hope all of you have understood. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the topic or chapter explained by me. And your homework is revise chapter 35, that is news reports from the book or video, and based on the understanding of the topic, do exercises mentioned in the book PC Wren's Grammar as page number 191, exercise number 1 and 2. You have to complete these exercises in your English Fair notebook. So now let's see exercise number 1. Question is, write a news report on the recent riot. Riot means violent protest that killed many people in a small town in Madhya Pradesh. Here I am giving you some key points to write your report. So key points are: number 1, location; number 2, describe the fearful situation; number 3, measures taken by the administration; number 4, the shocking experience; number 5, curfew. So dear students, you have to write down your news report by using these key points. Now let us see exercise number 2. Question is, you are Ravi Prakash, a staff reporter in the Midday Times. Write a report describing a road accident that took place in Sector 2, Noida. Here I am giving you some key points. These are: number 1, place and time; number 2, account of the eyewitness; number 3, the details of the accident; number 4, help provided by the police. Now in this video, we shall discuss homework solution of the homework which was assigned to you in lecture number 2 of chapter 20, that is clauses. Students, I have already explained to you the meaning of clause and its types along with examples. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was revise chapter 20, that is clauses, from the book or video, and based on the understanding of the topic, do exercise mentioned in the book PC Wren's Grammar as page number 120, exercise number 1. Now let us discuss exercise number 1, which is on page number 120 in detail. Question is, find out the clause in each of the following sentences and say what kind of clause it is. Number 1, he saw that the clock had stopped. So here, as you can see, the main clause is here he saw, and subordinate clause is that the clock had stopped. Fine. So dear students, you have to put what with the main clause and ask a question. If you get the answer positively, then that particular clause will be considered as noun clause. But he saw that the clock had stopped. So here we are getting positive answer. So that is why this is a noun clause. Same with others. I earn whatever I can. So here whatever I can is subordinate clause and this complete clause is noun clause. Number 3, I don't know what he will do. So here what he will do is subordinate clause, and here we are getting positive answer by putting what with the verb don't know. What I don't know, what he will do. So that is why it is a noun clause. Number 4, it is uncertain whether he will come. Same with this example also, and here subordinate clause is whether he will come, and here it is noun clause. Number 5th, I am monarch of all I survey. So here the word monarch means emperor, and here as you can see that your relative pronoun is omitted because just after it you are getting one subject and one verb. If you are getting one subject and one verb, then you can omit relative pronoun. And here I survey. I survey is modifying the noun all. That is why it is an adjective clause. Number 6 is here is the book you want. So here the subordinate clause is you want and it is modifying the noun the book. That is why it is an adjective clause. Number 7th, I remember the house I was born. So here subordinate clause is I was born and it is modifying the noun the house. That is why it is an adjective clause. Number 8, I shall remain where I am. So here subordinate clause is where I am and here we are talking about place. Fine. So that is why this is an adverb clause. Number 9, I forgive you since you repent. So here subordinate clause is since you repent and here we are talking about time. Fine. So that is why it is an adverb clause. Number 10th, will you wait till I return? So here subordinate clause is till I return and here we are talking about time. That is why it is an adverb clause. So that's all for today. This is the end of the lecture. Students, if you like our videos, then don't forget to hit on the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you and have a nice day.